Hi, I'm Justin Kennington at ISE 2017 in Amsterdam, here at the booth of the Software Defined Video over Ethernet Alliance, SDVoE. The Alliance is a consortium of member companies around SDVoE technology trying to promote a new standard of performance for AV over IP systems and an approach to drive the industry towards standardizing on the way we create video systems, taking advantage of Ethernet and its scalability and flexibility. Here at SDVoE, we offer a full stack solution. What this means is that unlike a lot of other technology alliances that are very slimly focused, we address all 7 layers of the OSI model. Now, of course, here at the bottom layers, we didn't need to invent anything. People smarter than us already built TCP/IP, Ethernet. We get to just take advantage of that. It's above that in these upper layers where we need to create the kinds of software that can manage endpoint devices, discover them, that can translate AV signals into Ethernet signals and back through our adaptive clock resynchronization. And then at the top level, we provide the SDVoE API. That's the interface between software developers, manufacturers, integrators, and this impressive stack of technology below that actually does the heavy lifting. One of the interesting things we like to focus on here, this wall is what we call our codec shootout. So here we have a single PC driving an HDMI splitter, and each leg of that splitter is then driving through some codec or other. I'll tell you which. Up in the top left here we have our SDVoE. This is our adaptive clock resynchronization codec. This is truly flawless, uncompressed 4K video through an Ethernet network without latency. Of course, a lot of people say 0 latency or no latency. In fact, none of that is even possible. Even I'm rounding down, but I'm rounding down from 20 microseconds. That's 21 1,000ths of a millisecond, while everyone else is measuring 20 milliseconds, 50 milliseconds. We're talking about 1,000 times less latency than that. The other codecs we've shown off here are H.264, MJPEG 2000, and VC2. And it's a little difficult to see in the video maybe, but what we invite people to do is come by our booth and experience this for yourselves. You can see the different amounts of latency that each codec has. Ours is fully real time. These others have some delay. And when you look up close, you'll see the difference in video quality that comes between a truly uncompressed bit-perfect solution and these much more highly compressed 10:1, 16:1, or even 200:1 solutions, and the effect that has on image quality. Now, more than just a transport for AV over Ethernet, SDVoE technology offers a lot of powerful processing engines, including video scalers with frame rate conversion, color resampling, chroma resampling, audio downmixing, video wall processing, multi-viewers, the list goes on. And this sounds terribly complex, but it's all managed in a simple way through our application programming interface. So this is back to our full stack solution. SDVoE is not simply a transport. It's a full distributed AV processing solution with an application development platform. So SDVoE itself becomes a hardware and software platform for existing applications to be reimagined and for entirely new AV applications to be created. Showing off some of that processing horsepower here at our processing demo. Here you see a typical matrix switch type application where I have 4 sources routed to 4 displays. Now, using the power of our 4K 60 scalers, we have very fast switching, only 1 frame of black between the images. And you can see the images move around. Again, this is a very typical matrix switch style application. However, using the power of SDVoE processing, I can switch this over to suddenly be a video wall. Now I've got a 4K image stretched across 4 displays at its full 4K resolution. One of the interesting things about our video wall processing is that we have perfectly synchronized each one of these displays to the original source device, meaning that all of the displays in the video wall are synchronized to one another. That's very important because as objects, especially high motion objects, move across the screen, without good synchronization, you start to see tearing and jittering artifacts that can really distract the viewer of the video wall. The next piece of processing I want to show off here is our multi-viewer capability. Now what we've done is take multiple streams from our encoders and send them to a single decoder. Here we have a 2x2, a picture-in-picture, a sort of arbitrary layout of 4 images, and then here we have a special capability of ours showing that the transmitter is actually outputting 2 different streams at 2 different resolutions and displaying them on the screen at the same time. Now this application itself may not be totally useful, but what this means is you could send the native source to a single display and a scaled version with lower bandwidth to a multi-viewer display elsewhere and not have to interrupt the main feed for the sake of your multi-viewer. Finally here, we're showing off our HDR capability. The content we have here provided by Sony is 4K, 12-bit 422 content. There's no other transport technology out there that can handle this kind of bit rate, and yet SDVoE handles it natively. Finally, I just want to call attention to the founding members of the SDVoE Alliance. It's a very impressive group, I think. Aptovision are a core technology provider to the Alliance. Aquantia actually come from the IT space, where they're chip manufacturers for 10 gigabit Ethernet, and they've actually just announced a new chip created to enable SDVoE applications. Christie Digital, of course, we all know, is a major display manufacturer. Netgear is an interesting one, again from the IT space. Their interest here is not in selling SDVoE endpoints. Their interest is in creating demand for the kinds of high-performance networks that the AV industry is going to require in the future. Sony, of course, another major display manufacturer, and finally ZV, our lead partner in developing SDVoE products. We have over 25 customers that are using SDVoE technology and over 35 products available in the market. We invite you to come check out the booth, see the codec demo for yourself, and pay a visit to all of our membership who have products available shipping on the market right now. So this is Justin signing off from the SDVoE Alliance booth at ISE 2017. Thanks for joining.